So here's the thing. I live in Japan. People think I'm Japanese or Korean or Chinese. And then I open my mouth and surprise! Hola! I'm actually Canadian Latina or Latina Canadian with zero Asian DNA. I'd get treated differently for being Latina or looking Asian depending on the day. I've experienced racism for both, but I find in Japan I just exist, at least in society. I mean, obviously, paper-wise, I'm still treated as a foreigner. If I try to get a bank account, or like if I was trying to rent my own place, I would definitely be treated as a foreigner. But just going out with people publicly, I don't get stared at. Actually, it's kind of funny because sometimes I'll be on the train and I'll see someone who is not Japanese or doesn't appear to be Japanese, and I get a little bit happy, like, oh, fellow foreigner. But then they're probably looking at me being like, oh, look at that Japanese woman just staring at me because I'm a foreigner. I'm like, oh yeah, I shouldn't stare. But anyways, in Japan, I get to just exist. People aren't trying to figure out what box to put me in. I get to the invisible foreigner treatment, which is a strange kind of peace. Racism and mistaken identity. Well, I went to Europe with my best friend when I was 18. It was just like a bus tour. You had to be 18 to 35. It's a Kentucky tour. So we just kind of rode this bus with all these other folk. And one of the places we went to was Venice in Italy. I was on the gondola, and the, what do you call them? The gondola paddle person? Gondola driver? Well, he kept staring at me, and he started asking me if I'm Korean. I kept saying no. I kept telling him that I'm Spanish, you know, because usually when you tell people El Salvador, they don't even know where that is. So I just kept telling him no, that I'm not. And he kept accusing me of being a liar, that I was Korean, and that my Korean people had cheated at some soccer game against Italy. Oh my goodness. Something I knew nothing about. Yeah, he made me cry. I remember putting my sunglasses on just so he'd stop staring at me, and he made me cry. And I remember when we got off the gondola, they were like standing out there asking for tips, and I was like, I'm not tipping this man, what the. So that was one of my racist experiences, being confused for Asian. There have been many more. Both my parents are, say, 100% Salvadorian. I was born in Belize. It means nothing, just I happened to be born in Belize on their way to Canada. But I am Salvadorian ethnically. I call myself Latina. I know there's also Hispanic. Latina is in Latin America. I know that's also kind of a trigger word, especially for some Europeans, where I mean, I get told that all the time, to call myself Latina, and then they're like, you're not Latina, you have to be like 80% Spanish or Italian or Portuguese to be called yourself Latina. And I'm like, as in Latin America, Latina. But I guess Hispanic, there's another word. It's just a whole debate. You can't please everyone, right? Actually, most of the Americas, unless you're indigenous, is not a race. Yeah, we don't have one look. I know Latinos, we always say this, we don't have a look. There's no like, you need to be 50% this or no. So even in my own family, you would not believe that some of us are related because we're so different. Straight hair, curly hair, thin hair, thick hair, light skin, dark eyes, blue eyes, like we are a mix of everything. Okay. DNA results. Okay, I did this test like quite a few years ago. Also, 23andMe has since gone bankrupt, so there's that. I'm not really sure if they got bought out by someone, but we were all told to go download our DNA data and close our accounts if we wanted to. But I have saved everything. So let's see. What is my DNA results? So, Indigenous American, I am 47.8%. The closest would be Central American Volcanic Cordillera, El Salvador. So, Salvadorian. It just says Indigenous American for mine. I know my friend did this and she actually had her say Mayan, so I kind of wish mine would say what indigenous group, but it says you are connected through shared Indigenous American ancestors to people in Central and Western El Salvador, primarily between Santa Ana and San Vicente volcanoes. This region was part of Cuscatlan, the Cuscatan, a very powerful Nahuatl confederation that flourished between the 13th and 16th century. Some people in this genetic group say their recent ancestors spoke Nahuatl. Actually, so there. Okay, so now we move on to my European. I am 43% European, with 40.5% being Southern European, which is Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, or broadly Southern European. 35.5% being Spanish or Portuguese, but it does show me Malaga in Spain as some of the, with my close DNA is from Malaga, Spain. So Malaga, you are connected through shared ancestors to people from Malaga province in Andalusia, the birthplace of Pablo Picasso. Ooh, maybe he's a distant relative. Oh, I went to see a Picasso exhibition in Hakone last year. Very interesting. Italian, like 1%, so, you know, discrepancies, room for discrepancies. And then broadly Southern European, I guess it's just Southern Europe includes Iberian, Italian, and Balkan peninsulas, as well as the islands of Malta. And then 1% Northwestern European, British and Irish and Finnish. It's like 1%. Not gonna call myself Irish, you know? 0.2% Finnish. Okay, and then 4.3% Sub-Saharan African. Ooh. It's always fun looking at this again, you know? Congolese and Southern East African. 1.9% West African. Oh, no Ghana. I'd love to be part Ghanaian. And then 1.3% Western Asian and North African. So, what is Western Asian? It says broadly Arab, Egyptian, and Levantine, which is 0.3%. And North African, 0.5%. I actually thought there would be more Moroccan, like North African, because there's some clues in our family that we have ancestors from Morocco, but surprisingly, it's not that much. So, okay, so I don't know. So it's showing here is it could be Morocco, Tunisia, Libya, Israel, Turkey, Iraq, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Oman, and Yemen. Additional ancestry regions. So my closest matches are El Salvador. El Salvador. Number one, San Salvador. San Salvador is like the prefecture, kind of, or state. I don't know. We call it departamento, but and then would be Guatemala, and then would be Mexico. Number one, Jalisco. I love Jalisco. And then fourth would be Honduras. Copan. I've never been to Honduras. I've been to Guatemala. I love Guatemala. It's beautiful. And I love Mexico. I love Jalisco. So that is it. Is there traits? About 50% chance of being able to match a musical pitch. When I used to do singing lessons as a kid, I could do that. Now, you can lose that skill. I have lost that skill. Asparagus, odor detection. Likely can smell. Oh yeah, I can smell asparagus. Bitter taste. I'm like a super taster. I'm so picky. Like, that's why I love Japan, because I can eat again. Bunions. Less likely than average to have had a bunion. Still have half my life to live. We'll see. Cilantro taste aversion. Slightly higher odds of disliking cilantro. I love cilantro. I do love cilantro. It doesn't taste like soap to me, but I did try one cilantro. I don't know if it was from Thailand or something, but I did try a cilantro in Japan once that tasted a little soapier to me, which was shocking, because I understand now, right? Because we have a lot of Korean friends and some can't eat cilantro because it tastes like soap to them. And after having tried that cilantro, I'm like, interesting. But generally, I love cilantro. Fear of heights. I don't have a fear of heights, but I do get scared if I'm not leveled when I'm at a height. So if I look up and I'm at a really high level, then I feel like disoriented. That scares me. But generally, I don't have a fear of heights. I think what scares me is cockroaches and public speaking. Fear of public speaking. About 50% chance of having a fear of public speaking. Make that 100%. I hate public speaking. I have social anxiety, so. Flat feet. I do not have flat feet. I have a beautiful arch. I wore heels since like a teenager because I'm so short. I don't really wear heels anymore, but I have nice arched feet. Hair thickness. More likely to have thick hair. I have such thin hair. Just makes me look bald. Ice cream flavor preference. About 50-50 chance of preferring vanilla or chocolate ice cream. Vanilla or chocolate? Matcha? Misophonia. Oh, more likely to hate chewing sounds. Sometimes I do videos where I'm eating here, and when I'm playing it back, I have to like reduce the noise because I'm like, I can just imagine people being squeamish. Like, do I have it though? I don't know. Sometimes it bugs me, but I don't think it's a phobia. Mosquito bite frequency. Likely bitten more often than others. I'm blood A. I think mosquitoes prefer blood O. So, I get bitten, but I think like if it's me and Masa's likely to get bitten more than me. Motion sickness. More likely to experience motion sickness. Yeah, I do get motion sickness. Like I can't read in a car or sometimes sit in the back and people drive. Yeah, I prefer sitting in the front, not looking at something. But I've been getting better lately. With my old age though, I don't know, I feel like I might get vertigo or something. So I might get more motion sickness. Photic sneeze reflex. Likely no photic sneeze reflex. Photic sneeze reflex. No, I don't have that. Masa does, but I don't. Sweet versus salty. Likely prefers salty. Yeah, it's true. I do prefer salty. Wake up time. Likely to wake up around 8:04 a.m. I don't know. I think it depends when I think it depends when I go to sleep. Physical features. Ugh. Cheek dimples. 65% chance you do not. No, I don't have cheek dimples. Cleft chin. I don't have one. Dandruff. I mean, I don't get that much dandruff, but I mean, I have sometimes. Maybe I don't know what dandruff is. I don't know. Earlobe type. Is my ear? I think it's attached. Earwax type. I'm not gonna answer that. Eye color. 75% chance. Dark brown. Yep, dark brown. Finger length ratio. Oh, freckles. I don't have freckles. Hair photo bleaching. Yes, I do. This is not hair dye. This is hair photo bleaching. It's terrible. Hair texture. 43% chance of slightly wavy hair. Looks wavy to me. 57% chance of dark brown hair. Yep. Newborn hair. About 60% chance you had little or no hair at birth. Yeah, I think I was bald. Red hair. Chance you do not have red hair. 39% chance of very fair skin. Stretch marks. 70% chance you have stretch marks. Yes. Toe length ratio. 53% chance you have a longer second toe. Nope. Unibrow. 46% chance you have a little bit of a unibrow. I have wrinkles. Don't have a unibrow though. Widow's peak. Is that a widow's peak? I don't think I have it. Is it? I can't tell. No, I think a widow's peak goes like this, right? So that is my DNA results. And now I shall go feed my daughter back there because I think she's hungry. And I shall also go feed King Kuro because he is throwing a tantrum. Bye bye.